This video is brought to you by Miniature Market. Thousands of board games, miniatures, and paints, discount prices at miniaturemarket.com. Hey everybody, it's your old pal Rob. Today we're going to be taking a look at a game that really caught me by surprise. I'll be honest with you, Free League Publishing is a great company. They do so many different things, but when they come out with a miniature game, you're kind of like, okay, miniature game. And I saw the size of this box and I go, miniature game in here? Well, let's go down to the table, because I think you're going to be quite shocked at what you get in this little box here. And that's all I'm going to say right now. So let's talk about it on the other side. Let's go down to the table. I'm going to explain a few things. I'm not going to tell you all the rules, but we're going to take a look at what comes in the box and what I have in store for me, because oh boy. So let's head down to the table and check it out. So this is just some of the stuff that you get with it, you know, just one building. You get all these buildings on the back, but for camera's sake, I want to show you. You are going to get a bunch of tokens. Of course, you're going to have health tokens. You are going to have these mutation tokens, which are endpoints that you are going to be using. I'll talk a little bit more about that as we go. Your dice, and then you're going to get two different factions in here, which are just absolutely glorious on top of it. You get a ruler, which, you know, you can use any ruler that you want. You're going to get a bunch of team cards, okay? You are going to get zone cards, because these are kind of like events that are going to happen that you're going to be testing off some of your skills, such as survival or something like that, or maybe you have to test your range or melee or whatever. There are artifacts that are going to be laid all through the field. So you're going to have artifacts that'll be laid out, and if you go and claim one of those, you'll get to pull one of these artifact cards. These artifact cards are going to have different things that can give you you know, different abilities, armor, and things like that you're really going to need. Hey, everybody needs a rubber ducky, right? So and you may be, you know, you may have a scenario where you're looking for artifacts and things like that. Each character will have a certain amount of starting cards. For instance, we have Pharaoh here, which would have this scrap rifle, and Franton, who will have a scrap rifle as well. As you can see, unlimited range, which means that pretty much you can aim as far as you want. You can do aimed fire, which is going to help you as far as your plus and minuses and how many dice you get. And bonus, which is here, and I want to make sure that you guys see it, that is going to give you additional dice. So for instance, let's move this tree out of the way. So let's just say we're here and we're shooting long range at our friend here, Pharaoh. Okay, so Franton is going to get 5 dice. All right, pretty brutal. All right, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. But he's going to be using his scrap rifle, which is going to give him a bonus 2. That's where these black dice come in play. What you're going to do is you're going to roll, and well, okay, here we go. So we got 1 hit here, okay? So we would do 1 damage, unless our dear friend here has some armor. And if he had something where 2 armor, he would roll 2 dice. And if he got a nuclear symbol here, he would be able to divert that. The thing is if we were able to hit him for a whole bunch of damage on that first shot, right? He would take all 4 of the damage, and he wasn't able to save it. He would be knocked down, and he would be needing assistance or medical attention. Once he gets that medical attention on his turn, and I believe they call it recovery, he can only take in a recovery action. Once he does his recovery action, he's going to be able to flip over, and he's going to be bloodied. So that's a neat little thing. So you can't just be taken out in one shot. He would be bloodied, he would be back up, able to fight, he'd be working off these stats. If he gets eliminated again, he is off the table. Okay, so you get a little bit of chance here and stuff like that. So it's really a neat little system on how it works. So you go from regular to bloodied. Okay, there's a lot of different little things that you can go and get. Like I said, you can go and get artifacts. You can actually end up with certain mutations that can help you out. You'll see that the mutation cards that you'll get will give you certain things like stealthy, random feral. For our friend here, he has insect wings and random physical, and these are going to give you different abilities that are going to help you throughout and kind of throw in a little bit of a left curve. The model moves long distances vertically and fires aimed from there and then lands on the same spot. Costs 1 endpoint. Remember what I told you, endpoints. You're going to start with endpoints, and you're going to be able to spend those endpoints and gain endpoints, because those endpoints are going to help you throughout the game. Just going through the book, which is just really, really easy. It isn't very, very in-depth, meaning that it's not overly complicated. Explains what the dice are, explains what all the tokens that you're going to get. You're going to be able to get experience, so you can play campaign play. You can actually play this solo as well, which is an amazing thing. There's going to be different monster tokens that you're going to be dealing with. Direction, that this token is flipped on the battlefield to indicate the random direction. Sometimes there are random directions. There are going to be victory points that you're going to be doing. Endpoints, like we talked about. These are going to help you use and activate those mutations that you have. So you just can't use them willy-nilly. Artifacts, of course, you're going to be able to beef up your character. And, of course, damage tokens to help you. You're going to have a certain amount of actions. We also showed the measuring stick, which is close, medium, and long. You're going to be able to do you have 4 attributes, which is range, melee, survival, and health. Survival will come into play on some of those zone tokens and cards and stuff like that. When taking in actions, you can move and attack. So you'll be able to move a certain distance and then attack. Okay, aimed fire means that you stand in place and basically get a bonus for doing that. You can go on Overwatch. You can sprint, okay, more than your full movement, okay, but you're not going to be able to shoot. You can activate any kind of mutations and modules. Of course, you're going to have to use those endpoints in order to do it. Recovery, if you get blowed up real good, well, you're going to recover. There's an assistant recovery, which means that a model can come over and actually help you and use their action to recover you. Okay, simple operations, complex operations, those are more for certain things that'll happen in the scenarios and stuff like that. Very easy to learn, as always impossible to master. There are special attacks. You have attacks, like we talked about already, how an attack happens, taking hits, being broken. A broken model can only choose to recover action when it is activated. It can still use the reflex and enhance. That's another thing that we'll leave out and let you discover. Terrain, how the buildings come into play, how blocking terrain and low terrain, and just a summary of what everything does and how it does. Again, the reflex and actions, mutation cards, zone tokens, zone cards, how they affect the game, monsters when you run into those, and then of course campaign play, which you're going to play this giant campaign. You're going to have 5 scenarios to go from. We won't go over those, but you also have this solo play, which is just really, really something special. Again, Thomas and Andy have really done something special here. This is fantastic when you have brilliant people like this and put together something like this. And I didn't even fold out this entire map. mainly because it's just too big and I wouldn't be able to get it all on camera. But you know, the beautiful, beautiful miniatures that come kind of pre-primed really look awesome, and are really, really nice. And of course, you know, we have a couple, you know, of the other guys to check out, and you're going to get 2 factions. But there's a whole nother box set with another 2 factions and even more stuff to add to this. Whew, boy, that was all a mouthful, but I'll tell you this. This is something special, and we're going to talk more about this up top. So let's head there and talk about Mutant Year Zero Zone Wars. When I got this, I didn't realize that this was designed by Andy Chambers, the brilliant Andy Chambers, you know, from old GW, you know, lore. It's just, it's a throwback to something old and yet very new. I was blown away by this, how much I got in the box. You know, the buildings, trees, you know, the map. You can use your own neoprene map if you have it, but they provide you with one, which I think is just glorious. Some of the things, you know, it's not hard to learn. I like the bloody concept. When, you know, you go down to 0, you have to, you know, you have to revive yourself, and then you're playing bloodied, okay? Which means next time, you're out of the game. So it kind of gives you a second chance if you just get one of those bad rolls against you and you can't do anything about it. It gives you a chance to come back. It changes your strategy. The zone cards and all the nasty stuff that they do is just glorious. And then, you know, I haven't even talked about the artifacts. The artifacts, you know, that you pick up that are going to help improve your squad. There's a campaign mode, a solo mode. There's so much to this, and I'm completely just absolutely blown away by Mutant Year Zero Zone Wars. Freely Publishing. Go check them out. This is going to be in your living rooms very, very, very soon. And yeah, you know, just talking about that and saying how great that is, I haven't even gotten to the second box of this glorious thing, which contains robots and psychics. Okay, count me in. You know, just even more. So we'll be doing a video on that. But just this base game alone would give you hours upon hours. And, you know, like I showed you, the miniatures are beautiful. You know, everything builds a theme here, and this just hits it out of the park. If you are looking for something different, if you are looking for something original from one of the masters, I'm telling you right now, you are not going to be disappointed with the quality, the ease of learning this. The rule book is a masterpiece because it's written so well. And then just the overall gameplay, the scenarios, the solo mode, the campaign mode. I don't think I can speak any higher than about this than I have. This is a throwback to when miniature games were fun, okay? Not the way they are with GW now. And this has that old Necromunda type of GW feel to it. And, you know, I'm not comparing it to, but it just brings back memories of when playing and painting and all these things were fun and they meant something. And I'm going to tell you, Free League Publishing has really hit it out of the park with this one. Go check this out. Mutant Year Zero Zone Wars, a must-have. And I gotta check the other one out. I can't wait to check that out. Until next time, it's your old pal Rob. We'll see you soon, everybody.